Hello, listeners, and welcome to episode 12 of A Muggle's Perspective. I am your host, Rogge. I have been reading the Harry Potter books since I was a little kid, and I wanted a fresh perspective on them, so I called up my friend Braden. Braden, how you doing?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I am doing pretty well. In the dog days of summer, but we finally got some rain, so that was good.
Good.
Was that needed on the farm where you work? Right?
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes. Yeah, we're doing just fine. My wife and I were on vacation last week, which was nice. We went to Florida where it is like 200% humidity.
Beautiful.
So you hang out on the beach and you sit there and stare at the ocean until you can't stand the sweat rolling down your face any longer, and then you go swim in the ocean.
Nice.
And you come back and do it again.
Did you go to the Universal Studios Wizarding World of Harry Potter?
I did not. I was nowhere near that.
Okay, we're going to have to dock you some points.
I wasn't going to do that without you.
That's true.
I would have no idea what to do.
Hannah would.
Wow, would she?
She worked there.
Oh, yeah, okay, good point. She did.
Well, you might be pretty much right on the same wavelength as Harry Potter, because as we saw here in chapters 5 and 6 of A Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets, Harry sometimes is pretty incompetent as well.
Can be.
Like
he is 12.
Very
should cut him a break.
Transition.
That was great.
That's true. He is 12, and it's honestly, he should be cut another break because I feel like the people around him are pretty incompetent too sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the Dursleys don't care enough to be competent. And then the Weasleys are just kind of like fly by the seat of your pants. Like, that's just how they live.
Yeah, we see this pretty early here in The Whomping Willow, if we just want to jump into chapter 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of our first couple talking points, is that Harry's trying to go through the barrier into the platform 9 3/4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else goes, and then they're like, okay, Harry and Ron, you guys come last.
Which, yeah, that makes sense. It seems like the logical thing would have been for, like, the adults to go last. We don't live in a logical world here with Harry and Ron, so...
Yeah, you can tell that there's right now no particular attention being paid to, we better make sure Harry Potter gets through safe because he's Harry Potter. He's just another kid.
Yeah, I feel like when you got as many of them running around as the Weasleys do, like, it's just all you can do to try and get there and make sure everybody's accounted for, so...
Yeah, and this was interesting to me because it recalled Flu Powder, right? Was it just last chapter that they got to Diagon Alley and they just sent Harry in first? Like, yeah, just yell something and jump out eventually. And that went pretty disastrously, and it didn't... Like you said, right before we recorded, you said people don't seem to be learning from their mistakes too much.
Yeah, it's like I said, the Weasleys just kind of, like, are careless, I guess, for lack of a better phrase. So they... Seems like as famous as Harry Potter seems to be, they would... And as good of a friend to Ron as he has been, they don't seem to really worry about him getting back to Hogwarts as much as others would.
Do you think this is a sort of character trait of the Weasleys that's going to persist going forward, or is this just incidental? This is just what we've seen so far of them?
No, I think this is the Weasleys. Like,
not incredibly organized, well-intentioned, but sort of bumbling.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
They're like Hagrid, but a family.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Okay, well, that's an interesting take. I am writing a prediction because I forgot to do predictions. So there was one other thing I did want to mention at the beginning of chapter 5 when we get to page 66. Harry couldn't see how 8 people, 6 large trunks, 2 owls, and a rat were going to fit into one small Ford Anglia. He had reckoned without the special features that Mr. Weasley had added. So this car can fly, and it can turn invisible, and it can be magically expanded. Yeah, Mrs. Weasley says, Mrs. Weasley glanced into the back seat where Harry, Ron, Fred, and George and Percy were all sitting comfortably side by side and said, Muggles do know more than we give them credit for, don't they?
Yeah, which is actually, Mr. Weasley just made it, like, bigger with magic, didn't he?
Yeah, I imagine Mr. Weasley looking back to Harry and, like, just make, like, a grimace face and doing, like, the throat slash, like, oh, don't say anything, like...
Yeah, the Fort Anglia is a sweet ride.
Yeah. It has lots of special features. So it takes them a couple tries. Like you said, they're bumbling. They have to turn back around a couple times to get some fireworks, a broomstick, Ginny's diary.
Yes. Very important.
Very important. I mean...
There's lots of, like, drawings of Harry in there and love letters that she'll never send.
You don't think she's ever going to get up that courage?
I mean, it would be a cute wedding gift if she gives them to him once they get married.
That is cute.
Yeah.
They do eventually get there, but does everything go perfectly well at King's Cross Station?
No. So, this is, like... I was very confused by this. They can't get through the 9 3/4 barrier, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, that's what it's referred to a few times, the barrier.
Yeah, so we were talking about this before we started recording. Like, I was kind of struggling to come up with a prediction of, like, why this would be. But Dobby's whole warning from the last episode kept coming to mind.
So Dobby's whole deal was Harry shouldn't go back to Hogwarts because it's dangerous.
Right.
Harry Potter will be killed.
Yeah, so I feel like he probably has something to do with this.
What does that look like? Dobby is sitting there invisible and holding 2x4s over the barrier. Did he cast a spell?
He has
on
like giant boxing gloves, and he just sort of punches them backwards.
Nice.
No, I think that because doesn't he does have like possesses magic, right? Like he did that with the pudding.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think it's out of the question to think that he like through some sort of spell constructing a small wall, and I don't know.
He built a wall in the wall.
I guess. I don't really understand the whole idea of just running through a wall to get to Hogwarts in general. I think that's a kind of another one of those J.K. Rowling stretches. But so yeah, my best guess is that Dobby is somehow still meddling with Harry's plans.
Okay. So it's not Malfoy. Malfoy's too dumb.
Mm-hmm.
It's Dobby. For reasons best known only to his tiny elf brain.
Yeah.
So Harry and Ron immediately go into panic mode. They flip out. Ron looked wildly around. We're going to miss the train. I don't understand why the gateway sealed itself. And then I really like at the bottom of page 68. It's gone, said Ron, sounding stunned. The train's left. What if Mum and Dad can't get back through to us? Have you got any Muggle money? Is this where your mind leapt immediately that, well, they're never going to see the Weasleys again and they're screwed?
Not really. Like, I mean, obviously the Weasleys will notice that Harry and Ron aren't there, so, like, they'll figure out how to get them there. Like, I mean, they're wizards. I think the level of worry is a little bit dramatic. But it makes for a fun story now because Ron's first idea is, we'll just take the flying car.
Yeah, they spend about a page being like, well, maybe I guess we can go to the car. What, in the car? Yeah, we can fly a car there. They didn't wait long enough. Because, like, we know, spoiler alert, the Weasleys got out. They weren't stuck in there.
Right.
Mr. and Mrs. Weasley and all the other parents, the hundreds of other parents who are there.
Right.
So, how many minutes max could it have been between the train leaving and when they would have walked out casually and seen Harry and Ron,
I don't know. I feel like they made this decision pretty quickly because Hedwig was having a conniption.
Yeah, Hedwig was flipping.
So,
Which, I mean, like, that's fair. She just
Yeah.
got rammed into a wall.
yeah. And I also think it's fair then to make a like hasty decision, to expect 12-year-olds to make a hasty decision because now everybody's looking at them because they have a shrieking owl and they're laying on the ground.
Yeah, as someone who is very familiar with 12-year-olds, you can count on them to do the dumbest possible thing when under pressure.
As quickly as possible.
Yeah.
I will say, though, that we are leaving out that Ron says, well, the car is the best option because I don't know how to apparate yet.
Now, do you know what apparating is?
I don't.
What's it?
I assume that it was like teleporting.
Okay. So you just click your fingers and you show up at
Yeah.
Hogwarts?
I assume you got to use your wand or something and like you
Apparatus.
but if that's a thing, which I get, maybe you can only do it singularly, like for yourself. You can only apparate yourself, but like, why wouldn't that be the better option of getting back to Hogwarts than trying to send the whole family through a wall?
I mean, trains are much more romantic and old-timey. Like, what sounds more wizardy? What gives you a... Which one of those gives you a warm, fuzzy feeling inside? Is them clambering onto a train and spending 10 hours on there, or just zipping right to Hogwarts?
I mean, that's a good point, but I think if you're the Weasleys and you're
it's
trying
not
to...
that good of a point.
Well, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you.
I think... I mean, it all goes back to the Weasleys not really, like, thinking too far ahead or being terribly organized. It's just kind of like, well, everybody load up. We got to run through the wall.
Well, in the Weasley's defense, that's what everyone does. No one apparates their kids right to Hogwarts. So.
I think they should. Seems like the safest route.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe.
And if they're so worried about being seen out in public by Muggles, like that's if the higher ups at Hogwarts are so concerned about that, like you need to apparate your students there.
It does
bring all the
seem
first
safer
years
from that
in on a
perspective.
train. Bring all the first years in on a train. You know, give them the whole
You got that experience.
the whole neat, grand welcome. But once you've done that once, it's like, all right, we need to stop messing around. You guys need to teleport.
Hogwarts Express, like old-fashioned, inconvenient, dangerous.
I'm all for the nostalgic side of it. I get that, but
like you hate it,
it's just kind of like, if we're gonna freak out about being seen by Muggles, maybe having them run through a wall at the train station to get back to school isn't the best idea.
Yeah, it's pretty fair because they're surrounded by Muggles and everything.
Yeah.
So, stealing the car, mediocre plan we've landed on.
Mm-hmm. But a fun one. Very fun.
It is fun. It is very fun.
If I'm 12 and I have the chance to fly a car back to school, I'm probably not going to say no.
But let's say how old are you, 24?
I'm 25.
25? Wow, you're old.
Quarter of a century.
Let's say that right now, you're in Harry Potter's place, but you're 25-year-old Braden. You're holding a freaking out Hedwig. You're standing next to Ron. And Ron says, I guess we can just fly the car. Do you say, no, let's wait for your parents?
Well, so first of all, is Ron also 25 or is Ron still 12?
No, Ron's 12.
Okay, so this is weird, but all right.
Your letter to
I'm
Hogwarts
just hanging
just
out
got
with...
delayed.
Okay, so I'm like a grad transfer or something.
Yeah. I mean, like, you have plenty to learn at Hogwarts.
I'm going to kill it in Quidditch.
You've got the beater's bat.
I am literally like twice the size
drives.
of everyone else out there. And I will show a 12-year-old no mercy on the Quidditch
McGonagall
pitch.
sees you and she's like, yup, that's not the guy's on my Quidditch team. I'll take him right there. He's going to Gryffindor.
Yeah. Like they don't put me on the selection floor when I get there. It's like a signing day. Like they have the Gryffindor hat and the Slytherin
You've got
hat
4 hats in front
and
of
the Huff. Yeah, like I've got their hats in front of me.
And they all came and made their pitches.
Yeah, and I'm choosing.
So what house do you choose and why? Who gave you the best offer?
So Slytherin probably offers the best perks because they probably
Slytherin just like drops fat bags of cash, right?
Oh, yeah, like they're paying me illegally. Like it's a very much like a, come to Kentucky, play basketball.
Just to pick a random school.
Yeah, just totally off the top of my head. Like, you can be a student here and you'll also make a decent living. Buy your mom a new house.
Yeah.
So they probably offer me the hardest deal to turn down. Gryffindor's like the home team. That'd be a tough one to turn down. You know, they got Harry Potter, so obviously they've got a good young core to build around.
Right.
And, you know, the Weasley twins are pretty solid. So if I'm there to win, I feel like I'm going for Gryffindor.
Let me pitch you on Hufflepuff, okay?
Okay, yeah.
You're going to Hufflepuff. You're the man now. You're not in Harry Potter's shadow.
Yeah.
You're not in Charlie Weasley's shadow, who they talk about being a good seeker a few years ago. You are like the god among Hufflepuffs. Okay. Every Hufflepuff is like, we have a person that's good at things. Like, you know, you get your homework done for you. People are bringing you food. If you're going to be a celebrity, you can't beat the Hufflepuffs.
That's fair. That's a good pitch too. Now, what about Ravenclaw? What do they have to offer?
Ravenclaw? I'm trying to think of something compelling. They will definitely, if you're getting offers for people to do your homework for you, then you want Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw has the best tutors. Ravenclaw.
So if I want to do nothing academically,
yeah,
and just focus on Quidditch, I'm gonna go Ravenclaw.
They're also playing hard to get with you. Ravenclaw is not slobbering all over you. You know,
they want to do it the right way, but earlies make people think they're doing it the right way.
I think they might be doing it the right way. I think they're like kind of turned their nose up. They're like, well, you can come here. I don't know if you can hack it in Ravenclaw, and they're making you like want to prove them wrong.
It'd be like a Stanford.
You know? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, well, you're athletic, and we'd like you to come play, but you know, we're not gonna break the rules to get you. You're
gonna go down in history as like, was a best Quidditch player, and I graduated from Ravenclaw, and you can just like, you always get to say that, you know?
Like an Andrew Luck type situation.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, all right.
But your voice isn't as deep as Andrew Luck's.
And it never will be.
Andrew Luck is Hagrid.
Man, yeah, he kind of is.
Okay, so wait, which one did you pick?
Well, this is a lot harder than I thought it'd be now.
You're taking your talents too?
I am going to take my talents to... I'm more about the winning. I want to win. I feel like I'd go to Gryffindor.
The Gryffindor, they're going to buy you the brooms under the table. You've got talent.
That's the biggest thing. You need a number 2 guy. Like,
yeah.
Well, I would probably be the number 2 guy behind Harry, but like, you need that duo out there.
You've got MJ and Pippin.
Yeah, all exactly.
Right. Taking your talents to Gryffindor Tower. I like it. How did we get here? Oh, so you are a 25-year-old second year.
Yes.
And
we're saying I got my letter late.
You got your letter late. And Ron says, oh, let's just fly the car. Do you say, no, let's wait for your mom and dad to come out? Like the obvious thing. Or do you go, yeah, okay, let's fly the car? Keep in mind, Ron has to fly it. You don't know how to fly a car.
Yeah, 25-year-old me is probably not going to be all... like as quick to just jump on that train as Harry was.
Train.
I didn't even mean to do that.
Get off me.
Get off me.
Is it fun? Is it fun enough? Is it objectively fun?
Oh, it'd be so fun.
Then you're doing it. You're letting a 12-year-old fly you in a car from London to Scotland.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Well, what if you flew into a tree that punched you? A punching tree.
A punching tree.
It's a punching pine.
Did you come up with that on the spot?
Yeah, I just thought of a tree that started with P.
Punching pine.
A punching poplar.
Okay, yeah.
How many other P trees
are
there?
You are 2 for 2.
Punching, like a poppy? No, that's not a tree. Peony is a flower.
Anyways, that's obviously the worst that could happen, and it did happen.
It did happen.
They flew into a tree.
Let's be real. So they're really thirsty from eating all the taffy. Like, does the car run out of gas? What happens here at the end?
Yeah.
Does it run on gas?
I don't know.
Does it run on magic? And they just didn't have enough magic?
It seems like it should run on magic. Maybe they didn't believe enough.
Oh, you should plug your wand in instead of a key.
Absolutely.
They didn't believe in it. I heard that. Maybe they didn't believe in it.
Maybe they didn't believe.
Okay, Cartman.
But meme.
Yes, thank you. We crash into the Whomping Willow.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your thoughts. I want your breakdown of this crash. What happened? What's important?
First of all, the fact that they lived after dive bombing a car into a giant tree. So that struck me immediately.
Nice.
Wow, man, I am killing it with the unintentional puns.
Killing, nice.
All right. Anyways, so yeah, the fact they lived, pretty strong, resilient 12-year-olds, and then I'm trying to imagine like they're stuck in this tree, like the little picture at the start of the chapter, like the car's obviously stuck, and it's wrapped its arms around it, but then it's literally punching the vehicle. The tree is using its giant limbs to punch the vehicle.
Yeah, you can see the roof is caved in and the windshield.
Yeah, so once again, the fact that they're alive is incredible.
Those are some big limbs.
And I can't imagine a Ford Anglia is a very big car.
It's not.
So, I mean, yeah, the fact that they're alive is impressive.
Yeah, the car kind of takes matters into its own hands here. Is that what you picked up on?
Yeah, that was convenient.
The car ejected them and has a mind of its own, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that how you read it? We're on page 74.
It's like because it kind of came back to life,
75.
right? Like all of a sudden it had a little bit of gas or magic left in it.
Yeah, the bottom of page 75. With two sharp clunks, the doors flew open and Harry felt his seat tip sideways. It just ejected him. Dumped him on the ground, out of a tree. No, he was already out of the tree.
Was he?
Yeah, the car shot backwards right above that. The tree was still trying to hit them.
Yeah. So how do they not have any broken bones?
They don't, but they have a broken wand.
Yeah, that's a bummer. It's gonna make classes pretty tough for Ron.
That's all you take from that? Okay, well, what are you gonna do? Why doesn't Hermione fix Ron's wand?
Can she do that?
She can fix Harry's glasses. There's a spell called Reparo. I mean, you can fix things.
Okay, so why didn't she do that?
Well, that's why I'm asking you. Why didn't she fix Ron's wand?
Well, I don't know. I don't know everything about Harry Potter. You do.
Yeah, I know what's going on here. I want to know what you think, so our listeners can chuckle knowingly to themselves.
You want to know why I think Hermione didn't fix Ron's wand?
Or McGonagall.
Well, Hermione didn't because she's ticked.
Serves you right, your broken wand.
Yeah. Trying to get all this attention. They extra.
Yeah, they are. So true. This is Harry and Ron being really extra.
Yeah. So I could totally see why she didn't. I don't know why, like, a professor wouldn't, or a teacher wouldn't.
Yeah.
And you know he's not going to get a new one bought from home.
Yeah, there's a line about that in the next chapter? Question mark?
Yeah, I think so.
They make it out. They're looking through the window. They just look through the window. That's fine. It's just giant castle, and they can see through the windows.
Mm-hmm.
They're seeing the feast. They're getting hungry. At the bottom of page 77. Hang on. There's an empty chair at the staff table. Where's Snape? Maybe he's ill. Maybe he's left. Maybe he's been sacked. What are the odds that Snape catches them? What are your thoughts about this?
I feel like the longer they talked about him, it was inevitable.
So Snape noticed that Harry and Ron weren't there. And just started wandering around the castle.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As soon as he couldn't find Harry Potter, he was just off, like, Snape-Ing around.
Talk me through Snape-Ing around. What does that
look
like?
Snape-Ing around is like, you're kind of walking with your shoulders hunched a little bit, and you're like, your eyes are kind of going back and forth real frantically, and you're kind of moving slowly but pretty, like, smoothly.
Your cloak is like billowing out behind you for
Yeah,
some reason.
yeah. And you're able to like hide behind things really quickly. And there's like a kind of like a Scooby-Doo villain theme song playing while you do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Snape-Ing.
But you can cover the whole grounds. He got around them, saw that the Whomping Willow had been carred. C-A-R-R-E-D. It got carred. They carred it.
Done been card.
It done been carred. And then grabbed them. And then he has this whole theory about why they flew a car there. What's his theory at the bottom of page 78?
The train isn't good enough for the famous Harry Potter and his faithful sidekick Weasley. Wanted to arrive with a bang, did we, boys?
Now, does it actually look like that, or is this just Snape fabricating?
Definitely Snape fabricating.
You don't think any of the other
Snape-ricating.
students... Fabber-snaping.
Oh, I like that one.
Well, we'll work on it.
Yep.
None of the other students are going to think that's what happened?
You would think that most of basically everyone who's not a Gryffindor might think that.
Is that the perception of Harry Potter these days among Hufflepuffs and Ravenclaws? Is that Harry's kind of attention-seeking?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think he's given them a reason to think that in the first year.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Snape obviously pushes that among the Slytherins.
yeah, but you have to think that after a while, like, everyone freaking out about Harry Potter does get old to some of the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think so.
Because if I'm a first year with Harry Potter, and I spend that whole first year with him, like, I guess up until he has that run-in with Quirrell, like, I'm thinking, I mean, what's the big deal?
Mm-hmm. He doesn't even know about magic. He's good at Quidditch, I guess.
He's good at Quidditch, but, like, you know, everyone, they always reference the fact that he escaped death from he who must not be named. Mm-hmm. Well, he was a baby. He didn't really have anything to do with it, did he?
Did he?
I thought it was his mother's love.
His mother's love. Yeah, I guess so.
So, like, yeah,
it's not like he performed a charm.
No,
it's not like he's
he
extra
didn't
powerful.
Turn into, like, Jack from The Incredibles and...
Nice. Timely.
Yeah. I'm nothing if not relevant. So I'm not trying to, like, take anything away from Harry, but I could see how other students, you know, Ravenclaws, Hufflepuffs, or whatever, might get kind of tired of the whole Harry Potter charade thing.
So those are the social consequences.
Mm-hmm.
What about the practical teachery consequences? Were you worried that they were going to be expelled?
I really was. I was really shocked that they weren't. I thought that Snape would hold more power in wanting to get a more severe punishment.
Snape's like, Dumbledore, why don't we just, like, kill him, you know? Like, we could just, like, it wouldn't be that hard. We know magic. Just slice him up.
It seems like death is most appropriate.
Potter has been crossing lines ever since he arrived at this school, Professor.
They
Headmaster.
erect a car, and you will let them live. Preposterous!
To the punching poplar.
The punching pine!
So, they don't get expelled. They do, what, get detention?
They get some detention, which it's like a slap on the wrist. Like,
We're
here's some
not worried about
detention.
detention.
Nah.
And then what is it on page 82? So, Harry is like, okay, where is this? So we're in page 80, we're in the middle bottom of page 82. Mm-hmm. Professor McGonagall starts saying, speaking of Gryffindor, and Harry's like, well, when we took the car, technically term hadn't started, so Gryffindor shouldn't lose points, right?
And she goes with it.
So are you back on board with McGonagall now?
Yeah. She kind of swayed me back on to, I mean, like...
She's showing appropriate favoritism.
Yeah. And maybe she's making up for it, you know, because she knows she dropped the ball earlier, but...
I mean, she got the guy on the Quidditch team.
That's a good point.
Bought him a broom.
Yeah, she's a wild card. You never know what you're going to get with McGonagall.
You never know. So they get detention. She almost smiled at one point on 82. Wow. It's a big day. We sort of skipped over something that some people might think would be pretty big. A bunch of muggles just saw them fly in this car. Page 79.
Mm-hmm.
2 muggles in London at noon in Norfolk.
So that's why everybody's freaking out. Like, as far as the professors, Dumbledore's not pleased.
Yeah, a bunch of muggles saw them.
But
like, the car can turn invisible.
Can't they? Right. That's a thing. But then can't they just go and like erase their memories?
Yeah, they can. It's just frustrating, because that's a whole thing. That's all this time and energy they have to spend finding out who saw it, and that's extra hours people have to put in at the ministry. So it is doable, but it's not looked on as just like, oh, no big deal.
Okay.
Because the goal is for no muggles to ever see anyone.
Well, then you need to start apparating your students. Simple fix.
I don't know what apparating is yet exactly, but you need to use it.
Exactly.
So Ginny makes Gryffindor. Did we say that?
Yes. The love story begins.
Ron says, oh, good. That's it. We're done with that. Oh, okay, good.
But he was concerned. He wanted to know.
He did he wanted to watch her being sorted.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's good.
Ginny's in Gryffindor. Oh, good.
They eat dinner in McGonagall's office.
Endless sandwiches.
Yeah, there's just a sandwich.
Yeah.
Sandwich, refilling.
We got a Hagrid sighting at the sorting.
Nice. And that was earlier, through the window.
Yes.
And through the wall.
Yes. Which led to my favorite quote. So,
we have a subscriber who texted me. He's not yet a patron, but I'm working on it. And he thinks that instead of rhyming with beef, that we should change the name of the quote segment for every book. So please write in and let us know. We do check the email. We do want to know what you guys think. The quote segment is called Chamber of Sea Quotes for this book. Huh?
Yeah.
Chamber of Sea Quotes?
I'm all about it.
So take us into the Chamber of Sea Quotes,
Yes.
Braden.
Welcome.
What are we looking
Welcome, listeners, to the Chamber of Sea Quotes.
It's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes,
music.
yes, you are Regis. Or who even
right,
does
Braden.
that now? Who does that now?
It was Meredith Vieira, and I don't think it's still. There's no way it's still on.
I think
right?
it was the same guy who hosted Whose Line Is It Anyway for a while. What's his name?
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey. Didn't he do it for a little bit?
He does Price is Right.
Oh, yep. Sorry.
Those are not the same show.
Yeah, pretty vastly different.
Okay, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? First episode was in 1999. We're on Wikipedia here.
The trusted source of a
The
Muggle's
original
perspective.
U.S. version only went to 2012. Okay, so Meredith Vieira did it until 2013. And then Cedric the Entertainer did the next season.
They're really reaching.
And then Terry Crews was the season after that.
Wow.
And then someone named Chris Harrison, which is just like a generic man's name, has been hosting since 2015.
Okay. Well, as we delve back into the Chamber of Sea Quotes,
Okay.
at the near the bottom of page 77, we are with Harry and Ron. They are peeking in the windows for the sorting ceremony. Harry's eyes wandered past him to where Professor Dumbledore, the headmaster, sat watching the sorting from the staff table, his long silver beard and half-moon glasses shining brightly in the candlelight. Several seats long, Harry saw Gilderoy Lockhart, dressed in robes of aquamarine, and there...
Of course he is.
And here it is. Can you do the sea quotes sound, the Chamber of Sea Quotes sound? And there, at the end, was Hagrid, huge and hairy, drinking deeply from his goblet.
Bum bum.
Bum, 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 ba. Now we're we're going into like a Law and Order.
Of course he's drinking deeply. That's why you picked it.
Yes.
Because he's drinking.
That, and it's just like the picture. First of all, I shouldn't have to explain this because it's just a great quote, but I'm going to anyways. The picture it brought to mind was just incredible. Like,
I think
all these people are paying attention to like what house each of these kids are going to, and he's just tipping this giant bowl. Like, he's tipping his head back, and like the whatever he's drinking is just running down the sides of his beard. His beard is soaked.
Yes.
And
speaking of someone with a large beard, I get it.
Yeah, and he's like cheering at the wrong times because he's like, his reaction time is pretty slowed at this point.
I love that huge and hairy.
Yeah.
You definitely get that like
Yeah.
liquid dripping through hair sort of mental image that we all always want.
Yeah. He's the best.
Well, thank you for taking us to the Chamber of Sea Quotes, Braden.
You're welcome.
We are almost done. Are we done here with... Oh, no, at the end, they get back to the common room. We already talked about Hermione. She's ticked.
Yes.
Disapproving.
She is peeved.
But do all the other Gryffindors share that reaction?
No. Harry and Ron are like frat heroes. You flew a car into a tree!
Brilliant, yelled Lee Jordan. Inspired. What an entrance. Good for you, said a fifth-year Harry had never spoken to.
Yeah, who's that guy?
George.
I want to know more about that guy.
Said Braden.
Yeah.
Said a gigantic fifth year.
Said the new member of the Quidditch team.
Fred and George, why couldn't we have come in the car, eh?
Yeah,
And
I knew
like,
Fred and George would be a fan.
Ron is like, oh, people are looking at me now, not just at Harry. Like, oh, you know.
Is that what he's like?
Yeah, that's what he's like.
Oh, jeez.
No, we just drove the car. So he's super red.
He's
right?
like, Harry, get off me.
No, guys, get off me. I'll tell you the story again.
Seriously, I'm tired. Get off me.
Get off me. Yeah, they do. So he goes upstairs only because Percy is like, I hate you.
Yeah,
Percy's
Percy's
like staring at them.
I'm waiting for you to lay down to fall asleep so that I can stab my wand through your chest.
And so why is that? Why is Percy mad? Everyone else is pretty chill.
I don't know. I don't know why Percy's mad. I guess he's soiling the good Weasley name.
Yeah, that was something we glossed over earlier, is that people are going to start figuring out that my guy Arthur Weasley, who is in charge of making sure wizards don't mess with muggle stuff, enchanted a car to be magically expanded on the inside, fly, and turn invisible.
Yeah. Next day at work for Arthur is not going to be a fun one.
It's going to be interesting.
Yep.
Well, if we flip back like 3 chapters to the Burrow, I'm not going to find the exact line, but Arthur did successfully... So since he writes the laws, he was able to... Oh, okay, we're on page 39. Well, I think you'll find that he would be within the law to do that, to enchant the car, because there's a loophole. As long as he wasn't intending to fly the car, the fact that the car could fly wasn't relevant. So, technically, he should probably be okay in a legal sense, right? Because Molly's like, Arthur, you wrote that loophole into the law, so you could do it. Which I just think is good. We're in the middle of page 39.
Yeah. So he probably won't get fired.
No, but like he'll get
reprimanded.
He'll get written up. Is that what they call it in bureaucratic jobs?
Maybe he'll get like a week without pay or something.
So Molly's not eating for a week.
Right.
That's rough for the Weasleys.
That is.
And we are on to chapter 6. I do want to take a brief break here and do a patron shout out. Braden, we've got a new patron.
Blah, 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 blah.
Braden's patron. Shannon Wolf, new patron. Thank you very much. Your patronage is much appreciated. Hopefully you and your fellow patrons have been enjoying your perks. The Biweekly Prophet is nearing its 2nd edition, which is exciting. We've really appreciated all of the support we've been getting from that. So thank you to patrons.
Thank you, patrons. You the best.
And we also want to do Trivia Tuesday. They are the best. That's so true.
Yep.
So I'm going to read you the question, Braden. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Did you remember that I was going to ask you this question?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask it to you,
Okay.
and you're going to get it wrong.
Okay.
Okay, so if you think back to Harry opening his book list for year 2, there was a lot of Lockhart books. Remember that?
Yep.
A ton of them.
Lots.
Gadding with Ghouls,
Mm-hmm.
Voyages with Vampires,
Mm-hmm.
bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
There was one non-Lockhart book. What was it?
It was... I honestly have no idea, so at this point I'm just trying to think up like a funny textbook name.
It's okay. The book we're going for was correctly guessed by Emily Austin of sponsorship fame, and she said Standard Book of Spells, Grade 2.
I had no chance.
So it's just, I know, it's just very generic sounding. Yeah, they get them every year. The Standard Book of Spells, Grade 1, Grade 2, Grade 3.
Bummer.
Also, Nate Patton on Instagram came very close. He didn't get the entire title exactly right, but he got the gist of it. So, nice job, Emily and Nate.
Well done, folks.
5 points to your respective houses. Slytherin and Slytherin. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
shots fired.
Whoa, there's nothing wrong. There's some good Slytherins, right? I mean, I'm sure.
Who?
Deep down.
Who?
Snape saved Harry from Quirrell, right? He's a nice, kind man. That's not true. I
No.
can't even pretend that's true.
Just stop it.
I'm sorry, Braden. I got ahead of myself on that one. It's just a little too much. I got excited. Okay, so we are on Chapter 6, Gilderoy Lockhart, your new favorite character.
Yeah, he's really cool. I'm all about Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yeah. That'd be your favorite class to take,
Definitely.
Lockhart's class.
No, I think Gilderoy Lockhart is, you had in the predictions on our page, Lockhart, bad guy or just an idiot? Just an idiot.
He's just an idiot.
Yeah, so he's my beef this week.
Womp, 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 womp.
Braden's beef! I got a little more aggressive with that one. Gilderoy Lockhart, overall tool, probably not a wizard.
Oh, wow.
Probably a fake.
Okay.
He's a faker.
What's with the content of all these books that describe all the cool stuff he's done?
They're stories. They're not real. He
just wrote fiction.
Yeah, no, he's an excellent fiction writer.
A gifted novelist.
Yes. I don't think he did any of those things. I think we'll find out later that he is a total imposter.
So my guy Dumbledore just he got tricked? He tricked Dumbledore?
Might have.
Wow. But not you. You're smarter than Dumbledore. You figured it out real quick.
Nothing gets past me.
No.
I don't know. Something doesn't seem right, about his whole act. I don't think it's real. He might be an actual wizard, but he definitely hasn't done all the things he said he's done in the book.
He's just such an idiot.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think of who to compare him to.
I can think of a relevant political reference.
Yeah, kind of along those lines.
Yeah. So, but before we get to Lockhart, actually, we have the Howler. What struck you about a Howler?
So this is just a mechanism for you to be able to yell at someone without being in their presence?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
And so what's fun about them that you don't actually see Neville says, in the middle of page 87, it'll be worse if you don't. My gran sent me one once, and I ignored it, and it was horrible. He doesn't say, but it just explodes. It, catches on fire if you don't open it.
Wow.
Within, 30 seconds. You have not much time.
So you have to be, on a whole another level of anger as a parent.
Yeah.
Just in case, you don't know if your 12-year-old son might just ignore it. And if he does, you might blow up.
Yeah, I don't think this is just something where you can click caps lock. You have to channel rage.
Yeah.
into this letter, into this spell.
Yeah.
So Mrs. Weasley just puts them through the ringer. Stealing the car, should have expelled you, letter from Dumbledore, shame, an inquiry at work, Mr. Weasley. And so Harry is feeling it. Top of page 89, his insides were burning with guilt. Mr. Weasley's facing inquiry at work after all they'd done for him that summer. Oh,
Yeah.
is this making you feel that a little more?
Yeah, that's a real bummer. I do feel bad. Because it's like Harry, like they weren't. What sucks is like they are normally like pretty bold and mischievous, like last year at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
And in those situations, like they typically don't get caught. And in this situation, they're not really trying to do anything wrong, and they get caught. So that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, they didn't have like aggressively bad intentions.
No, they were just trying to get to school.
Yeah. And so, like, I'm sure that there are kids at real school that feel that way too, the kind of kid that gets in trouble a lot, and maybe I see them, it's like a kid running through the hallway, and I'm like, hey, stop running in the hallway. And they're like, well, don't you want me to get to class on time? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's not a great example because, like, you clearly just should have prioritized your time a little better if you're running during passing period. It's not really the same thing.
Well, and to McGonagall's point, I think it's her that points it out, like, they should have just used their owls.
Yeah. She says, why didn't you send a letter by owl? You do have an owl, right? And Harry's like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm 12. I don't know. Grow off me.
Grow off me, McGonagall. You gotta squeal it.
Grow off me.
Grow off me. I hope you guys like grow off me.
Yeah, that's not going away.
Let us know. Feed us back.
And
but we're not going to hear that feedback for like
if you
3
don't
weeks.
like it, you can grow off me.
You can grow off me. So the howler happened. I had a you can just see them drifting away.
Yeah.
I had a question for you. How many howlers would you have received in high school and middle school? Wow, that many.
In middle school, oh yeah.
Did you get in trouble in middle school?
I was pretty like, I didn't just not have any kind of respect for authority, like I loathed authority.
Wow, active disdain.
Yeah, in school at least. Like in sports it wasn't as bad, I guess, but yeah, there was a period where like my whole class in middle school was just like, it was like a organized rebellion for like a week or two.
Wow.
Like we were just going nuts, like sitting in the hallways when we should have been in class, like as an organized effort.
Because you thought your teachers were mean?
Yeah, we just we did not like them. They did not like us. They put in a rule that we couldn't put any kind of like gel or hair product in our hair, like just kind of out of nowhere. So literally every middle school boy in the 8th grade like came to school with some funky hairdo with a ton of hair gel in it.
Why? Why did they do that?
I don't remember. Like that's how things got. Like it got kind of petty, like on both sides.
Yeah.
It was a real interesting time.
Now, did you ever have Mr. McClamrock?
Yes. He was my football coach.
Yeah.
And my
did
coach.
You have him in class?
Yes, actually, I have one of my favorite quotes of all time from Mr. McClamrock. We asked him, he was kind of like chiding us after a practice, like not real pleased with our effort. And he said, you guys have been playing just average, and that's not good enough.
Yeah.
And so one of us, smart-mouthed middle schoolers, like, raised our hand, and we're like, well, what is average? How do you define average? And he said, average is anything above below average. And we all just, we're not, incredibly bright middle schoolers, but we knew instantly, that was one of the funniest quotes we were going to be able to take from our years in school from any person in authority. So
that's amazing. I
loved it so much. I think one of my classmates just immediately went to the dry erase board and grabbed a marker and wrote that. So
that's my cousin. That's
really?
why I asked that.
He's a great guy. This is not
Pat
meant to be
McClamrock.
an insult. It was hilarious. He was an awesome coach. He was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like to think that he was one of the ones that you were rebelling against. Mr. McClamrock.
No, not so much him.
Yeah, I figured. That's the only connection I have with teachers at Lutz, I guess. Tom Lutz.
Yes. Long Toots.
But he was high school. Long Toots, so true. Anyway, now for both of you that are still listening here, we've got Lockhart. So there's like multiple Lockhart subtopics in this chapter that I brought up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the name of the chapter too, so you can't really blame us. So they're trying to go to herbology, which, like, low-key, did you know that was a class?
I didn't.
There's very little time spent in herbology last year in Sorcerer's Stone, right?
I do have like a vague memory, though.
Of like one mention, maybe.
I thought like Hermione answered a question in herbology.
Well, she gets them through the devil's snare, miles and miles under the
maybe
school.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Because she heard about that in herbology.
Yeah. It was so far under the school.
I can't express just how far we were under the school.
Miles, plural.
You're thinking 1 mile, and you're like, whoa, that's pretty far under the school.
But miles?
And you're right.
Yeah.
But it's miles.
Yeah. Not letting that
so
one
they're trying
go.
to go to herbology. They're just trying to get to herbology. Harry's like, yeah, okay. I flew a car. I'm trying to get to herbology.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lockhart shows up and like slaps the teacher out of the way and is like, Harry Potter, and like rips him out of line and is like, Harry.
Harry.
It was all my fault. Could have kicked myself. I knew at once why you'd done it. Harry. And like, on the bottom of page 90, like, he hasn't even said anything, and you just want to stab him in like the mouth, right?
You can just immediately... It only takes 2 quotes from J.K. Rowling to make me like hate this guy.
That's masterful. She's almost as good of a novelist as Lockhart, you know?
Almost.
Gave you a taste for publicity, didn't I? Gave you the bug. Like, why are you saying it like that?
Harry.
That's the 3rd time. Harry. I understand. And then he gets to the middle of page 91. He just reveals himself to be completely incompetent, right? I know what you're thinking. It's all right for him. He's an internationally famous wizard already, blah, blah, blah. In fact, I was even more of a nobody. I mean, a few people have heard of you, haven't they? All that business with you must not be named. And I know it's not as good as winning Witch Weekly's Most Charming Smile award. Like, Harry, I can't. What is he thinking as he looks up into Lockhart's face right now?
I would imagine like when he hears Lockhart's voice, his scar starts burning really bad, and it's just like indescribable pain.
He has to like hold back from shooting magic out of it,
yeah,
and like just killing him.
Yeah. I have to think that in the coming chapters there will be like some sort of outburst from Harry, like, get off me! You know, like just sick of...
Tries to put his arm around him. Get off me!
Yeah. Because, I mean, this is incredibly annoying, and it's just the beginning. He's had 1 class with him.
I mean, Harry's a pretty patient guy. Harry will put up with a lot.
Yeah, but he's already been kind of pushed to the edge because he was not meaning to like grab attention for himself, and he accidentally did in the worst way. So he's kind of in a spotlight right now anyways.
I don't see Harry's inner nature as really seeking attention.
No, not at all.
Like, he doesn't really want it.
No. I don't think he fully understands why he's getting all of it still.
Who does?
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Snape.
Just snaping around.
Potter. So they do get to herbology, which is basically a class where plants scream at you.
Mm-hmm. And for some
and
reason,
almost kill you. But that's good.
The whole class period is just you learning how to pot them.
Yeah, I guess...
I have a question about that.
Sure.
So 1, how is that a skill? Why will they need that? And then 2, so the mandrakes we learn are really unsafe.
Yeah.
Because apparently, like, you pull it out of the ground and it's a baby, a plant baby.
Uh-huh.
and it screams. And if it's a mature mandrake, so maybe not a plant baby, maybe like a plant adolescent plant man,
A plantman.
and he screams, he or she, it will kill you.
Yeah.
So I honestly have a lot of questions about this. So one, potting them, why is that a skill? Why do they need to practice that? Two, it says that these mandrakes are used to restore a transfigured person to their original state. How?
Yeah.
How do you do that with a plant baby? Plantman. I thought I had one more, but I'm sure it'll come to me as we talk more about this ridiculous concept.
Okay, so the potting, basically you plant them in a pot, but you don't want to plant them in a gigantic pot, like just to start. I mean, I don't know anything about plants. Is that a thing? Oh, you're like a farmer. You want to plant it in like a little pot, and you want to give it more room as it grows bigger so it can spread out a little bit better. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like if you're in a greenhouse.
Which they are, literally.
Yes, and that's a general practice. Like a lot of the plants that we want to like kind of, no pun intended, baby them in their first like few stages. Like you don't want them in a huge pot where like, honestly, I don't even really know why, but we do end up transferring them to bigger pots as they get larger. So
we understand the concept of when to transfer them to larger pots. Now it's not like it's so much a skill as it is like, all right, you're just learning about these magical plants. Like you're getting hands-on time with them. It's information about them. You know that you need to wear earmuffs. Does that make sense?
Okay.
It's like a class where you're learning about the plants.
Okay.
So they start out as babies, and it takes them months. I mean, it takes them something like 8 to 9 months to mature.
Okay.
And then at that point, once they're like, I mean, you'll see later in the book where they like grow acne and start to get like rambunctious, and that's when they're like adolescents. And then they reach maturity, and that's when you can like stew them. You can cut them up and stew them and use them in potions, and that's where their magical properties take effect, where they happen to be good ingredients for potions that are like healing, that restore you if you've been cursed, that if you've been stunned, something like that.
It's sort of morbid.
I mean, I guess so.
Like you cut up. I mean, I guess it's a plant, but it's also kind of a human, right? So
it's a little anthropomorphic. I mean, it just has a face and like features. It's like if a raccoon was useful in a potion, in like medicine.
It is.
Right. Yeah, you just got to take 3 drops of raccoon, and that'll wipe the warts right off the back of your neck.
You said it.
That's where I went with that. Listeners, if you have better ideas for how to use raccoons, please email
in any
Braden.
sense, not just medicinal.
Text Braden. I'm going to read his number off on air.
Please.
Okay, 765.
No, this is not
376.
Or just email a Muggle's Perspective, or tag us.
And let him know what you want to do about raccoons.
I want to know. Can we just do like a poll question of some sort? Like, what is the best way to use a raccoon?
Yeah, I'll put it up.
Okay, sweet.
That's fine. We can do that. We'll put it on Facebook. We'll put it on Instagram. We'll do one of those Instagram stories where you have to like vote for like this or that. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't have Instagram.
Hannah does.
Okay.
Ask Hannah.
I'll ask Hannah.
Good. We meet Justin Finch Fletchley. Any thoughts on Justin?
Not really. I mean, I feel like he could be a potential addition to the Quad Squad.
Quint Squad.
Quint Squad. I immediately thought he was probably good at basketball because he has 2 last names. And maybe some of our listeners won't get that, but
he's the Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Exactly.
I can go on. If you want me to go on, just text Braden.
Mm-hmm.
And
after you've thought of your best use for a raccoon,
I gave you.
Let Rogge know that you'd like him to continue naming 2 last-named basketball players.
I'd be happy to. That's a tier on Patreon. For $15 a month, you get everything else. And also, I just will randomly send you names of hyphenated basketball players. Okay, so that's fine. They have that class. They go to Transfiguration. And basically Transfiguration is just like, that. You're transfiguring beetles, but we just want to watch Ron be terrible at magic. He tried to transfigure his beetle. It engulfed him in thick gray smoke that smelled of rotten eggs.
Well,
causing Ron to squash his beetle under his elbow.
I mean, that's to be expected with a broken wand.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, just like you said, right home for another one. Oh yeah, and get another howler back. It's your own fault. Your wand got snapped. Like, why doesn't my guy Harry buy Ron a wand?
Seriously, he's got so much money.
He's loaded. Doesn't make any sense.
No.
Buy Ron a wand. So, okay, we're page 95. We're at the bottom of page 95. We're getting into the meat of the rest of our Lockhart stuff. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Why, demanded Ron, seizing Hermione's schedule, have you outlined all Lockhart's lessons in little hearts?
This was like being punched in the chest.
Because you had so much respect for Hermione.
Did. Like, she was really becoming my favorite character.
And now?
I don't know. She's just a little girl. She's 12. She doesn't understand that.
Ginny understands.
Ginny is a distinguished young woman.
What would you... Okay, I'm going to walk you through a scenario here.
Mm-hmm.
You're what, 24?
As stated earlier, I'm 25.
It was a bit. I was going to say, a quarter of a century.
Yeah, well, I blocked it, so...
And I guess your sisters are like old now. You have little sisters, though. In my head, your younger sister is like 9.
She's a senior in high school, so...
That's terrible. No, she's
she
not.
She really is. And it is terrifying.
Stop.
I know.
Okay, well, we're going to put her at her appropriate age, and we're going to put her at 12. Okay? You come into her room, and you see her. She's got Lockhart's lessons outlined in hearts.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? Carson? Nailed it. Okay. What do you sit her down. What do you say?
I say, Carson, you're going to come across lots of guys like Gilderoy Lockhart in your life. They're going to have nice, bright white teeth and flowing mane of blonde hair.
And she's like, okay, you're making this sound good.
Yeah. And he's going to come across really smart and have all these really cool stories. And the better you get to know him, you will realize he sucks. And most of them do.
Yep.
And so actually what this reminded me of, and we do this too often on this podcast, another Parks and Rec reference, Justin.
Too often.
Justin that Leslie dates for a short time, the lawyer.
The lawyer.
Like just a guy that's all about stories.
He is all about stories. One-upping people.
Yeah, exactly. That's, I just think that it's really disappointing that, because Hermione seems so smart. She's always like the logical one and bringing them back to reality. And
she sees through people.
Yeah, it seems like she's got, she's discerning. She doesn't just go with her immediate reaction, like she thinks through things. So this was just way out of character. It was like, man, you should be able to see that he's a tool. But
she cannot, though, as far as we know.
But she's 12, that's part of it. That's what editor Jessica has done a great job of reminding me. I get very critical of these kids, but they're 12.
They're 12.
So
before we get to see Lockhart, Harry meets Colin Creevey, a tiny child.
Little Colin Creevey.
Who loves him and just wants to hug, just wants to give him like just a normal hug.
I just have a hug, Harry.
Like a hug between bros. And he wants a signed photo. Did you know where this was going when he said maybe you could sign it?
As far, did I know that Gilderoy was going to snake in here?
Yeah, did you have that like, someone's gonna hear signed photos and it's gonna become a whole thing? Did you automatically think
I
that?
knew that somehow Gilderoy was going to find out about it and have another like fatherly talk with Harry, and I
Yeah.
was hoping it would happen, and Harry would just punch him in the throat. Get off me! Whoosh! Get off me!
Scampers away. So that's where we are already. Is like anytime something comes up, there's just like a prickle on the back of your neck that's like freaking Gilderoy's gonna get involved here.
Which
And I just know it's gonna be the worst.
just like on a shallower level, like the name Gilderoy just sort of screams Tool.
And you know the phrase gilding a lily? It's like gilding the lily.
Yeah.
Like lilies are already beautiful flowers and you gotta put gold on them if you're trying to be like act like, and so that just shows that someone who's doing that isn't appreciating actual natural beauty and just thinks they arbitrarily need to put gold on things. So that's like that's Lockhart. He's gilded. He's like, the best thing is brightly colored robes and big smiles and fame. He's missing out.
Yeah, so hopefully Hermione figures that out pretty quickly.
Yeah, Malfoy is here. Haven't seen much of Malfoy.
Oh, he's always there. He's always lurking.
And that's fine. He's trying to Snape. He's trying to Snape around.
Yeah, he's like Snape's little protege, you know?
Yeah.
Like just a young boy learning how to Snape around.
Yeah.
Snapesing around.
Is there any hope for Malfoy? Can he be saved? Can he be brought to the good side?
No.
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 You're right. Dang. Well, rip Malfoy.
Well, I mean, there's got to be a villain in this story.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like there's already that rivalry.
It's Lockhart. Who's worse, Lockhart or Voldemort?
I think that the two could be a team. I think that that's a... I mean...
Oh, is Voldemort under his hair?
Oh. That is...
Maybe.
That is a possibility.
So, page 98. Signed photos. Shouldn't have asked. We meet again, Harry. A word to the wise, said Lockhart paternally. I covered for you back there. Let me say that handing out signed pictures at this stage of your career isn't sensible. Looks a tad big-headed, Harry.
So, the thing is, it is sensible, just not at this stage.
I get it. What does he say?
He says, Harry, to be frank,
Yep.
there may well come a time when, like me, you'll need to keep a stack handy wherever you go.
Wherever you go. He's got, like, all around the castle, he has hidden stacks of signed photos that he can just whip out, like, 10
So
of
it's
them.
like, Harry, like, I get it. We are the same. We want to give the people what they want.
Guild Harry Pottart.
They need signed pictures, and we will get them to them in good time, my boy. It's just...
But listen, you gotta sell them,
You need to be
right?
patient.
You gotta make money on it,
Yes.
Harry.
You're not... You haven't been in the business long enough. You don't know.
Monetize.
Yes.
So that's good. You could have fried an egg on your face, said Ron. That's funny. Eggs on faces.
Ron and food.
So I'm just gonna back off here and let you talk about being in Lockhart's class. Talk me through your reaction if you were sitting in that class, what you would do. What is this class like? Describe it to me in nauseating detail. I want to hear
Yeah,
it.
I feel like it's incredibly uncomfortable because he's trying his absolute hardest to be funny. Like a lot of dad jokes, but not like funny dad jokes, like legitimate dad jokes that like are nauseating. And like goes out of his way to point out his accomplishments and convince these 12-year-olds that he is a big deal. So, obviously there's probably some security issues, confidence issues there.
Oh yeah, that speaks to insecurity if you're really like ripping into middle schoolers to like show you affection, and like they're in a class and they, you know, to some level have to be respectful because like these are good kids and they're not going to just mouth off to teachers immediately.
Yeah, so then he hands out a lengthy 3-page quiz over his textbooks that he made them buy, which he made them buy all of his textbooks.
Every one of them.
Oh my gosh. This dude sucks.
And like, were they told that they were supposed to read these already?
I didn't think so. So that kind of caught me off guard. Like, why should they know anything from these books? But the thing is, it's not even like really important, like contextual stuff.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. They're not learning the stuff that he's wanting them to recite. No. Isn't like useful wizard defense against the dark arts information.
No. It is question 1. What is Gilderoy Lockhart's favorite color? Question 2. What is Gilderoy Lockhart's secret ambition? What kind of question is that? What does that even mean?
Secret.
Number 3. What, in your opinion, is Gilderoy Lockhart's greatest achievement to date? So I've done a lot of great things, and I want to hear from you, students. Which one's the best? On and on it went over 3 sides of paper, right down to question number 54. When is Gilderoy Lockhart's birthday? And what would his ideal gift be?
That's not fair. That's a 2-part question. That's like 54 and 55, you know?
But if they would have read thoroughly Year with the Yeti and Wanderings with Werewolves, they would have gotten these right. So, shame on them.
Frickin' Hermione does.
Of course. Of course.
So, the quiz doesn't really make us think he's a competent magician.
Yeah.
Now, what about his little demonstration at the second half of class?
Yeah, so he brings in Cornish pixies, which he, like...
Cornish pixies?
Yeah, apparently they are dangerous. So he lets them out of the cage, and they just destroy everything. But he can't get them back in the cage. He has to call in the quad squad to do that for him. So, yeah, in my opinion, dude's not... If he is a wizard, he's not a good one.
He tries to use this spell, Pesky Pixie Pesternomi. Does that sound much like any of the other spells that Harry's learned so far? Yeah, you question whether that's even a real thing.
So he just kind of, like, backs out of the classroom and tells Harry, Ron, and Hermione to figure it out.
One of the pixies seized his wand and threw it out the window. They have no respect for him. I'll just ask you 3 to nip the rest of them back into the cage.
So I do wonder, though, he did get them into the cage at one point, or he was able to, or maybe he went and bought them in a cage. Bought them in a cage.
Yeah. 1 cage of pixies, please. Yeah. Can I see your freshest cage pixies? Yeah, that's... it's not great. Hermione, he just wants to give us some hands-on experience. Hands-on, said Harry. Hermione, he didn't have a clue what he was doing.
Rubbish, said Hermione. You've read his books. Look at all those amazing things he's done. He says he's done, Ron muttered.
So is Ron passing Hermione for your respect right now?
Yeah, I think so.
But he doesn't have a good wand.
Yeah, I'd like to sit down and have dinner with Ron and just, like, talk through our food together. Like, just stuff our mouths and then try to talk to each other.
Talk about Quidditch.
Mm-hmm. Talk about the, what's the name of his Quidditch team? His favorite Quidditch team? The Cannon?
The Chudley Cannons.
Yeah, just talk about the old Chudley Cannons. Ninth in the league they are.
Yep, right about that. Yep. So that brings us to the end of chapter 6. I don't think we're going back into the Chamber of Sea Quotes, which is fine.
Nope, just one shelf in the Chamber of Sea Quotes that I pulled from this week.
Yeah. So we already got through our predictions for today, the crystal ball. We have our ongoing predictions. That's fine. We do want to make a little announcement here. We're going to start having patron guest host episodes. So, just like these patrons, you too can find your way onto an episode of future books. So we're excited to announce that Rachel Merriman is coming on next episode to discuss chapters, 7 and 8?
7 and 8.
7 and 8. Wow, we're flying through Chamber. So that's exciting. I know it sounds a little goofy that my wife is the first one, but hey, she was our first patron, and it's going to be great. We don't know exactly how it's going to work yet in terms of if she's going to be on for the whole episode or just certain segments, but she's going to get a chance to come on and share her thoughts on the show, share her thoughts on the chapters, just participate in the discussion, just like we do. So that's exciting.
Bwah, 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 bwah.
Patrons beef. So that's going to be good. Chapter 7 and 8. Chapter 7, do you see the title there? Can you slide your little
Let's do it.
bookmark down?
It is Mudbloods and Murmurs.
What's that mean?
Yep. It looks like I don't know who that student is supposed to be in the picture, but he's sick. And it looks like a cauldron full of...
Gummy worms?
Yeah, gummy worms. Apparently this student has eaten far too many gummy worms.
So it's got to be...
He's about to get very sick.
So who is it?
Ron.
Who else?
He's like, he knows he has to vomit, but he just keeps eating them. So...
Push through the pain. He's the Joey Chestnut of gummy worms. So we're excited for that. We want to, again, thank our patrons. We want to thank everyone participating in Trivia Tuesday. We've had some new participants.
Yeah.
Some, it's not just the same old. I mean, Katie and Grace are consistently always on there. We appreciate them. We appreciate new people. Producer Jeremy told us just the other day that July has been our highest download month yet.
Sweet.
Yeah. So we peaked in March, and then we went down a little bit, which is understandable. We didn't have as many episodes come out like in May and June, but we really appreciate all you guys' support. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, rate, review, unsubscribe, resubscribe. If that's on your Android, then just find a podcast app and subscribe on there. If it's on an iPhone, do it in iTunes. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook as well. So we're going to be reading chapters 7 and 8. Oh, let's thank Jeremy and Jessica.
Thank you, producer Jeremy, and editor Jessica.
Editor.
Editress.
Editoire.
Editre.
The editoire. We really appreciate it, and we will see you guys next time.
See you guys.